All right, it is time to get to work. So we have an amazing amount of collective wisdom and experience in the room, and we want to actually put that to labor. So I'm going to describe for you very briefly the process we're going to engage in 2 sessions, one this morning, one this afternoon, in which people are going to have some terrific conversations. Okay, so again, I think Matt's already gone over these. These are the reminders of kind of the spirit in which we ask people to engage as we go forward today. We have 8 sessions broken out, and you're probably wondering, well, where am I supposed to go? So it turns out my colleague Kate, which I want to thank her, took all of your preferences from all of those sheets you filled out registration, spent about 5 hours doing that, and the outcome of that hard work is 3 or 4 sheets at the table. Names are listed in alphabetical order, and it gives you the session in the morning and the session in the afternoon that you are signed up to do. And we were pretty much able to meet most people's first and second preferences. So take a look at that. There's also sheets out on the table in the kind of the food area right outside this room. So that'll be able to tell you where you go in the morning and the afternoon, and both the topic and the room number as well. So we've got these 8 rooms. I'll come back to this slide when we end, just so you can remember where the rooms are. Again, we have 2 sessions. So we want to start the first session, session 6, this morning at 9:30. You'll actually have about 3 hours to do the work till 12:30. 12:30 is lunch. We'll start up again at 2 for your second session and go. We have a little bit less time for that. We'll go till 4:30, and then we'll come back into this room to finish up for the day. Again, we've assigned you the topic. It's alphabetized. If for some reason you're not on that list, either you registered late, we messed up, don't worry. Go to the group that you prefer to go to if you're not actually on that list. If you're on that list, please do go to the group you're signed up for. And if it turns out if you're sort of a free floater because you weren't signed up and the room's too full, go to your second choice, just because the rooms do have some limitations in terms of capacity. Here's really the goal of these sessions. I think we wanted to kind of give you a tremendous amount of common knowledge or baseline information yesterday. That was a lot to absorb. We want you all talking to each other mostly today. So really the goal is, of these sessions is to build relationships, meet new people. Listen and gain understanding from a regional perspective, different place in the supply chain, different perspective in terms of sector or organization. We hope that you might take some of this knowledge or learning home. And really when the steering committee set up this conference, there was a lot of question about how much detailing and information they should give you versus how much they should depend on you all creating. And other than the frameworks to give you kind of a tool to think with, people realized the knowledge is in the room, and they really wanted to use that knowledge in the room to build discussion, ideas, thoughts, concerns, opportunities together. So really the point of these breakout groups is to really, under these broad framework of issues, develop all the details as you all see it. So the goal is really to develop that very detailed knowledge from the very broad issues that we've given you, and we look forward to that good work. Each session has an issues brief that was meant primarily to help only start the conversation. It was done by the facilitation team to get things started. We are by no means experts. We talked to a lot of different people, try to give you basic knowledge. They are incomplete. They're probably even wrong in some places. We tried to avoid numbers because we knew we'd get those wrong. But they're just a place to start the conversation, and we hope people had a chance to look at those, or you can glance at those as you start the session. Here's the process that each of the breakout groups will follow in general. First, review the framework, and we do want to take a little bit of comment. If people have comments on the framework itself as a tool, we want to collect a little bit of that thought from you all. We want to open the discussion on kind of the general topic. If it's water, kind of what people are thinking and the like, just to get a general sense of getting things started. We then want people to individually identify more specific topics underneath that very big topic that they would like to discuss. So if it's energy is the broad topic and people say, I really want to look at sort of the energy inputs that go into transportation, primarily from, say, packers and processors to retail, that's a much more specific subject area. So we want people to individually identify what are the more specific topics that they would like to discuss further. What we're then going to do is kind of go across the whole room, everyone in that breakout, and figure out what are all the subtopics, the sub-issues you all want to discuss. We'll get a big laundry list of issues and ideas. We'll try to kind of narrow, tighten those a little bit. And then we want to say we have 6 to 8 of those identified from the group. We want then people to go into small groups of 3 to 5, depending, and really work that issue. And we have a kind of a breakout session worksheet we'll ask people to fill out. It uses the framework that Matt described. You don't have to do all of it. There's a fair amount to get done there. But we want small groups to be really working these issues in detail, producing your thoughts who are working on that subtopic, some very specific thoughts around that issue. And again, we will take all this. This will all be kind of the conference proceedings, so to speak, that we will gather up. And then what we'll do at the end of that breakout session is a little bit of sharing across those small sort of work groups of 3 to 5 folks. We'll collect all that good information so we can compile it and synthesize it, and then you'll go off to lunch, and we'll do the same thing, different topic, in the afternoon. The facilitation team's job is really to help you all have a great conversation, help collect information, and tonight we'll try to synthesize some of that to give it back to you in the morning so you see that we are being responsive to all the terrific work that you all are going to be doing today. Again, here is the conference rooms for where you need to go. The sheets on the table in alphabetical order give you your assignments of the room. There'll be a facilitator in each room as well as a graduate student who's going to help to take notes. They can answer more detailed questions about process. And with that, we look forward to your hard work. Go to it, grab a cup of coffee. We'll see you in the breakout rooms at 9:30.